everyone, it's Carolyn, here to share another channeled message from the Light Keepers, who are a group of angelic beings I channel for your ascension and awakening journey support. So today's video is the October energy update, and it's a doozy. They get more intricate. I feel like I'm writing a movie or something when these channels come through. It's like, oh my gosh, I wish I could just do the drawing of the clips that they show me, the visuals that they show me, because they are fascinating. So hopefully I've been able to do it justice today. What will happen is, as in the past, they will provide a channel, and then I immediately move into my voice, and I think I do that throughout. But regardless of what you hear, it's all channeled information, because sometimes what they'll do is they'll speak in their voice, and then they'll just start flowing it through me, and I will channel it in my voice. So there's a lot to consider here. I'm going to try to unpack a little of it at the end and really give you kind of a reflection of what I'm seeing happen out there in the collective with us individually, because honestly, astrologically, this is all lining up as well. And I'm no astrologist, but I know enough to know that I am very much following what's happening with me, the astrological times. And so I'm just going to try to give you a sense of what I see happening out there with us individually. And we're all at different degrees of this, but there's a lot happening right now in September. As we know, well, and I'm just so you know, I'm taping this just before September finishes up, and we'll be releasing it just prior to October. Anyway, point is we've had this just a fast moving September, which is why I did the mid-September energy update, because so much was shifting and changing. And now we're moving into October, which okay, they just said the word coalesces. Really don't need to channel more right now, but okay. So they're saying coalesces into, it's like they're like showing an energy ball of all that we've done in the summer, and then the change that's happened in September that many of us have felt, and then this energy ball shows up in October. But anyway, I'm not going to keep channeling. I'll channel at the end if I need to, but I really want you to hear this piece that they have brought to us for greater understanding. Again, it continues on the same theme that we've been on for months now of the plateau that we're on. We've got the skates on. We're skating away. We've got the old earth institutions, constructs, belief systems crumbling. We see that out there in the collective, but we're not living in it, right? And now we're moving forward. And that's a big summary of what I've presented to you in the past videos. So what I would say to some of you who haven't followed me before, listen to this, but then go back and maybe go back a couple, and you'll get more gist of kind of what's been going on, because I feel like they're writing a, I don't know, made for TV movie or something through this. But anyway, the point is here you're going to get a little sense more of what's coming in October, but then how it will really shift and change everything. They just said everything moving into the end of the year to get us ready for 2022, which is going to be, okay, they just said a magnificently unique year, but it's all because of the work that we've done over this year, which has been massive. It's all this internal work that we've done over the year that now is getting ready to manifest out in the new earth. Now, one thing I will say to you in these channels, and I think you'll hear me say this, is some of these metaphors they give of these visuals of things happening, some of this may be energetic starting to gel and happen, and whether it actually starts showing up in 3D yet or not is yet to be seen. Okay, so keep in mind everything's energetics. That happens first before the thing or things individually and collectively occur. So I'm Carolyn, I'm a channel, I'm a distance energy healer, and I'm a spiritual awakening and ascension mentor. And I offer these channels for you to assist you along your journey forward. I always tell everyone, I hope that you take at least a couple things away from each video that you can apply to your own journey. I've always said we're creating this puzzle, trying to find the pieces, put that puzzle together of our own life journey. So whatever resonates for you, keep, toss the rest out. and move on. So with that today, I want to thank you for joining me. If you're new to my channel, check out below in the description box. You can join my email list, but you'll get a video on how to create flow in your body for health and wellness first. And then you'll join an email list where on usually Friday of each week, I will offer you through your email a supportive saying or poem from the Light Keepers. So it's just kind of a neat piece to kind of start you through your week and give you some support. I also have Facebook, Purple Rain Healing, where you can come on over there and you can get channeled poems. So again, more supportive information, different from what I offer on my email list. So thank you again. Like, share, and subscribe. I've always said it helps share these messages more widely. So with that, I'm going to get straight into reading the channel. And then, like I said, I really don't think, I always say this, I really don't think I'll have more information to share, but you know what? Who knows? There may be something that will come up. All right, here we go. Fright and despair knocking on your door in October you fear. But it looks like that from the outside in, not from the inside out to begin. For you have created more than you know, the new you, and so behold, dramatic shifts in the collective. And you will see it and be shocked and stunned as we enter a new age of time. As we build up to the middle of the month, you will see it in your day. Collective twists and turns, the bubble pops in time. The bubble. Have you shifted into your new timeline of what you wish to manifest? For some of you will easily move forward in what you wish and will see the manifestations begin. Some are mostly energetic. For you'll have time to shift and change and add to it and refine it. Others will look back a bit more and say, I have more work to do today and I'm not ready to come forward. So just know that your journey will unwind as it should be. But you will be spit out on the new pathway of what you choose. So always stick to your knitting of the things you know you wish for your life. For again we say, it's an inside-out job today, not what you see in the collective in your way. For mountains will grow and structures too come crumbling down of the collective belief system and constructs. Even more ever in your way, you will see the strife and fight of what you feel is on your backside, ready to engulf you today. But no, it is not. And yes, you'll find you will swim around it. Skate, skate in time. As we have mentioned, occasionally you'll skate across the blueness of the ice, we say too. And then the crevices come. Leap across it, you do, in your day. Potholes and bumps and cracks, water that flows up. Which way will you go in time? Again we say it is for you a greater strength in those who have confronted with being the first wave of the ascenders. For it is a pathway you have charted of the divine, a trail that is led. Some of you are going first, while others will follow along. And then there will be the collective, and they will see the anthill being built in time, and look forward and see that the rest of you are going a different way. And they will look, and they will see that it is the direction to go to be. And more will come your way, starting to lace up their skates in time, and fumble and fall. Oh yes, they will. You will see it in the collective, for it will be a swill. The pop of the bubble will spit you out into a brand new you. You will look back only to help your fellow soul move forward in their steps too. You will not get caught in the swill though. And then I step in and speak from my voice, and I say, all right, I want to talk about what I'm seeing here. It's odd. It's like we've progressed from mid-September where we were starting to speed skate through, but it was like we were just going to get nailed with all the collateral damage, is what you're telling me. And yet, what we're going to see in October, it feels like an event, a very large, energetic event that's going to get people's attention. And I don't really know what that means. It feels like it will actually be just energetically felt by us, or we will actually see it in 3D. It's like a big wake-up call, though. I don't know what that actually means. It could possibly be just energetically felt across the collective, but then manifest later on. But It feels like it's actually going to be manifest toward mid to end of October. Again, I'm not getting any detail on what that's going to do. Ooh, I just heard shake people in their boots. But we're not going to be surprised because we're going to know what it all means. Because essentially, what we're seeing happen now, all the falling apart and all the strife, it's just going to get bigger. And it's like this bubble pops. But this bubble pops with whatever this event or energetic event, the visual you're giving me is everybody looking to the sky, seeing the same thing, feeling something. Now that might not be literal, right? Like I'm seeing everybody looking up, looking into the skies, and everybody collectively knowing. But it's what you do with it. What do you do? Go into a full fear state? Again, I don't know if that's literal, looking in the sky and seeing something, because so much of what we talk about is metaphorical. It may be energetics that are felt, a shift and change inside of the individual that everybody feels, and then that plays out differently in every individual, or it may be an actual manifested event. But regardless, the pot is starting to really boil, and oh wow, like really getting to boil over. But the bubble pops is what you keep showing me, and that bubble popping is us knowing what's going on, not having fear when others will turn and run into fear. And remember, what we're seeing now in the collective and all the strife in the world is what humans manifested previously. And now that's breaking down because we're no longer going to live that way. And so what we're seeing is, oh my gosh, okay, part of the pathway that we're on, and this is going to kind of sound tragic, but again, this is a metaphor, but I don't know how this will play out, but it's like part of the earth just slips and slides down back into the chasm. I'm just seeing this. That the path that we were on, it'll feel like we're closer to that part of the earth that fell back into the hole, the chasm that we came out of. It's like a landslide. It looks like a landslide or like a big sinkhole. Like some of that earth is going to go back in, which basically is a metaphor for the collective. And that's analogous to shifting back into the fear state and getting sucked back in. But what we're going to see is, because of that, we're going to see all of this energy of fight and strife. And it's very large and dark. But the thing is, we're over here on the right side. We're looking at it as those who have chosen our new reality that we've created from within. We're going to look up at it without any fear in our face. And you're showing us facing it. It's huge and it's dark and it looks like a big wave coming over us. And here we are. Like it's on the left side, very big, very dark. And we're looking at it. We have no fear. We have no fear because we understand what's happening here. We understand that we are now manifesting and the bubble popped and we turn and we run and we start skating the other way. It's really massive. It feels like a big line that has been drawn in the sand is what you're saying. We turn, we look, we see what's happening. That part of the land that has gone, which is caused by collective fear, we look at it. We look at the fear and we say, no, I understand what this is. This is the old ways falling, trying to keep us there. No, I know what I created. And then turning and literally like the bubble pops, we get spit out. Kind of like what we were talking about in September. All I can see now is really speed skating out of there. We're really leaving this behind. Like this is the first time that collateral damage feels like it's behind us. I mean, we're still going to see it, but through the rest of the year, it's kind of like a combination of that, I guess I'll just say. Combination of energies where some of the shrapnel will still be flying around us, but we're coming out of it. And yet we're saying, nope, this isn't what we're doing. And we go flying out of it. But then we have to dodge it. That's the cracks in the ice, but we're on skates. We're on skates because things are speeding up. And how this is going to play out for us individually. Oh my gosh, what you're showing all of a sudden to the right and left are the people that, wow, you didn't expect to show up. So we're skating and all of a sudden, a brand new group of people are brand new people And our journeys are starting to show up. We're now connecting with them like they just popped in, like they showed up. I'm literally seeing somebody skating, stopping, and all of a sudden saying, "Oh, who are these people? And you're here? Who are you?" We're linking arms now. I'm seeing us linking arms. And now we're skating forward. Oh, and you just said you have each other's backs. It feels like we will continue to be assisting those, like we talked in September, as we move forward, those that come to us. And yet we won't have to search them out. We're not going to turn around and go back into the chasm and go pulling people out. As people approach us, we will be assisting them. But we will also be joined by more of our kind, is what you just said, more of the light workers. And in doing that, that builds not only community, but I think it feels like we're going to start connecting in with people that will start actually manifesting literal 3D things. Like we may come together, as an example, to start a business idea that will be more New Earth or spiritually focused, and somebody will come our way, and all of a sudden we may be able to start considering that it will be real. And that's just an example. But it's like we'll start connecting more with a different tribe than we've ever had before. This is going to continue through the rest of the years. The start of this, though, is in October. And we're just going to keep doing our work regardless of what is happening out there in the collective. Oh, you just said again, stick to the knitting. Exactly. Oh, nose to the grindstone. Yes, exactly. With the people that show up. And then the ones that need our assistance, that are starting to awaken, they will show up. We don't have to go searching for them. It feels like we're going to start creating. And we will still continue to do work, our work, internal work. But what I'm very much getting is this is the precursor to moving into 2022 of where we're going to actually really manifest in 3D what we desire from all the work we've done to understand who we are in 2021. So as we put that kind of energy, rather than fear energy, into things, it now feels like concrete 3D, like actually starting to manifest things. Now, of course, this is baby steps. It may be you get an idea, or somebody shows up that wants to work with you. I mean, that could be a huge step, right? But it feels very much like we're in this kind of middle ground. But we know we've popped out of the bubble. You know, it's like we popped out of the matrix. Oh my gosh, I just heard, yes you did. Oh my gosh, I have so many chills. Oh my gosh. So now energetically, as we see things for the way they are, and then couple that with the work we've done on ourselves, and now the creations we want, we will actually begin to start seeing things shifting and changing and seeing people come our way. It feels like, honestly, this is the first steps into truly building the new earth with new manifestations. Like, for example, what's going to replace our dying institutions. And you can name a million of them. I won't go into all of that, but our institutions that are archaic, that don't work any longer, that are only focused on power and greed and money and not love. And now there's enough love energy out there that these things are going to start to be created. I see this all on the right side, and it's like that big fear monster and all the strife. It's just there, and we have our back to it. It doesn't even bother us. This is fascinating. And then the light keepers close it out by saying, "Oh, in time, yes, you will see how you will begin to create the new earth to be." These are the first steps, the greater of the separation, spit out of the bubble in time. And yes, you see it for what it is, and you will no longer have fear to begin like you had in the past that has stopped you in your way. Some of you will still be working on getting to that point, but understand that many of you are starting to see this first wave of manifestation and creation in your day from what you have built inside. You will be the leaders of this, each to your own in your day, and others will follow, for it is a continuum. Like we said, the anthill, others coming in time, following one after another, all doing the work to build the collective in the day. The new earth will continue throughout, and this is the beginning of this journey in time. For blessed ones you are, the strength of your knowing of who you are in time, that you can create anything you wish, we say. And now those of you who are awakening and understand Ascension and have done your work of building yourself up, reclaiming the depth of who you are, knowing you are the I Am presence today and who can create anything you wish. And now you will create out of the love of all time, the greater of the divine, the one who loves you more than you know today. Deep inside, you have become the one who loves you the most, the great I Am. We leave you in light and love this day, now, and forevermore, the Light Keepers. Okay, I had so many chills on that last part when they do their poetic closings. Wow. So I'm just going to make a couple comments because what I want you to know is what they're talking about here. They said this is a continuum. So it's not like all of us, this is happening at once, because what they're now showing me is that would be too much energy. It would, oh, they just said tip the scales. I have chills. Like if all light workers all of a sudden had all their inner knowing and were fully within themselves, right, and started to manifest out right away at the same time, that would be way too much. Okay, so this is a continuum. That's why they showed the anthills as well. By the way, this is all coming to me now. But point is so it's got to be, oh, they just said a measured approach, which makes sense, right? Because we're not all at the same stage. We're all light workers in that same phase, but we're light workers that are staged. They just said that, staged. It's like a ripple effect. Like you wouldn't want a tsunami, right? You just want nice, gentle waves coming onto the beach. That's what we're talking about here. So I'm just going to give you an example of my journey. So I, over the last, this whole summer, probably since April, but really this summer, and then these last couple weeks have been incredibly expansive. But guess what? Mine's not manifested yet on the outside. It's all internal, and I feel like a completely different person. It's like I have wrapped myself all up in a nice bow, and I'm ready to go. And yet it's all been energetic, inside out work. And that will continue, right? We continue to do that. But the bulk of this, for me, the inner work is done. Karmically, primarily. Big karmic lives, okay? That's huge. So mine's been a lot of inner stuff, and a lot of you are the same way, right? But guess what? I have some clients I already know where that's happening with them, but guess what? They're manifesting already. There's certain people, just like it said here, people coming their way, starting to do new activities, new opportunities are coming their way, and I'll bet you many of you are encountering this too. So we're all at different stages, and some of us are still in the thick of the muck of dealing with all our stuff and our past lives. And so just know that wherever you are is where you need to be, and you'll keep coming along in these waves. But the cool part of this is, and I've seen it with a number of people that I work with, is, oh my gosh, they've done their work. They've centered in the truth of who they are. They've reclaimed their energy from having given it away to so many people. Because remember, we do that in humankind. It's reclaiming our pieces so that we can move forward in the strength of who we are and then create out of that. And it's happening. It's happening. Again, one by one, this is all going to happen. Think of the anthill following each other. Think of not the tsunami, but the gentle waves coming in. Okay? So this is really an exciting time. I have no idea what the actual energetic event or manifestation will be in October. I suppose we could spend time fiddling with that, but I think we've talked enough today about what's coming up in October and given you a little glimpse of kind of how it works for us in the collective and individually as light workers. So I hope you've enjoyed this message today. Again, I so thank you for being here. I love reading your comments. Again, I always say I learn as much from you guys as hopefully you take away from these videos and channels from the Light Keepers. So join me also over at purplerainhealing.com, where you can check out all my services. All of them have the foundation of channeled personal messages for you. I either work with you one-on-one individually as we get together live on the phone or on Zoom if you're international. I also do channeled documents, and I do soul journey sessions that will help you understand the larger breadth and depth of past, present, future, of your soul journey, and really helps you unravel a lot of past lives. So that's one of the big things that happens in my channeled sessions, is identifying past lives that are affecting you currently today that will help you in your journey forward. Because when mind, body, and soul all come together into the great understanding, so much healing, so much change and shift can happen. And I so thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.